Okay, we're now going to go to public hearing, item number 12, so page 3 in your agenda and the white packet. And this is an application for a certificate of appropriateness at 101 to 103 Perry Street in the Greenwich Village Historic District, docket number 15-7009, block 622, lot 1 in Manhattan. This is a building comprised of 5 19th century row houses combined and given a new facade in 1947 by H.I. Feldman. And this is an application to create window and door openings and install awnings.
Good afternoon, Chair and Commissioners. I'm Mary Derricks, and I'm a preservation consultant for this project. With me today is Corey Majoritz of Zagorski Notaro Architects, who can answer questions, and Wendy Wong, who's representing the owner. Marianne already described 101 Perry. It was originally 5 buildings. The area of work is along the dry cleaners and along there. That's what we're talking about. Here are the buildings in the 1930s and 1940. They're very different. Our project area actually encompasses one building, that one. And as you can see, there were openings on the ground floor on Perry at that time. These are the existing conditions. And here's our proposal. We're proposing to add 6 openings on Perry, 5 windows with wood, 1/1 double hung sash, and a door, a wood door, a glass door in a wood frame. They follow the upper floor openings, and they're the width of the upper floor openings, except for the little bathroom windows. We're keeping them all the same width. We're adding awnings on the Hudson Street side and on all the openings on Perry. All the openings will have signage, all the awnings will have signage on the flaps, and on Hudson Street, the existing sign will be shortened a little bit to accommodate the awning housing. These are the awning details. These photos represent the corner buildings on Perry in a 2-block area, and they all have openings on the side. So 101 Perry is actually an anomaly. The rest openings are typical for the historic district. And here's the elevation again. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions for the applicant? Yes.
Those horizontal lines in the windows and mountains? Can't really tell from the photograph.
Yes. They're we didn't go back to those. I imagine they're from 1947.
And yes.
It's just those 2 columns of windows that you're changing?
We're changing.
No, they're adding.
These are being added right now. It's a blank wall, and all those openings are being
I
added.
mean, on the upper floor?
We're doing nothing to the upper floors.
Oh, this is the other side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is only proposed.
Okay, any other questions?
Oh, no work to the storefront.
Okay. All right, we'll take testimony. Are there any speakers on this item? Any speakers? Right, there are no speakers. Community Board 2 recommends approval of the door and windows on Perry Street and the installation of awnings over the windows. All right, they support the project. Are there questions for the applicant? All right, we can close the hearing. All right, I think that this is a very simple, modest change, and I think it's actually kind of nice that they've got some fenestration along the side street. And the awnings are very typical of of the neighborhood. I see it all the time. I think it's totally appropriate. Yes? Okay. Yes?
Want to add, we see these quite often, this
Yes.
idea of opening on these
Mhm.
side walls, so it's typical of the neighborhood.
Used to be there, right?
Possible criterion for staffization?
Definitely.
Sization?
Definitely something that we should just keep in mind. All right, Marjorie?
Of a certificate of appropriateness for 101 to 103 Perry Street in the Greenwich Village Historic District. The application is to create window and door openings and install awnings. I recommend approval, finding that the removal of sections of historic brick at the Perry Street facade will be limited to modest size openings for 5 residential scale windows and 1 door, that the proposed new openings will be located in line with the windows in the upper floors, that the proposed double-hung wood windows will feature cast stone sills that will match the existing windows at the upper floors, that the new awnings will be in keeping with historic awnings in terms of size, shape, and slope, and that the different types of signage, including sign band and awning lettering, will be in keeping with the types and placement of signage historically found on buildings of this age and style in the historic district.
All in favor? Any opposed? Right, this resolution has been passed.